Hi, this is Diane with the Prevention and Wellness Clinic at Iowa Heart Center, and today we're going to work on a heart-healthy meal featuring salmon. One of my favorite ways to cook salmon is in the air fryer because it is simple and it comes out delicious. So you can season it how you wish. Today I'm going to do it with a little bit of lemon pepper and a few lemon slices, but whatever flavors you like you can do. A lot of times in most evenings I like blackened salmon, so I have a seasoning that I like that I just sprinkle on it and throw it in the air fryer. But for today, let's go ahead and we'll use some lemon pepper. And I just sprinkle the salmon with the lemon pepper. You can add more black pepper if you wish. And then what I like to do is to add a little bit of lemon juice to the air fryer basket. I've already preheated the basket, so it's been preheated. Put a little bit of lemon juice in there and just go ahead and place the salmon fillets in the air fryer. I put it on the basket. Then the other thing I like to do is just put a few slices of lemon on each of the fillets just to give it a little bit more flavor and keep it nice and moist. So we'll do that. We'll put it in the air fryer and we will turn it on 400 for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to start it off at 9 and just let it go. What's nice about this is the timer is going and I can work on some of my sides while that is cooking. Pair with the salmon, start with your fresh spinach, cut it in about 1.5-inch pieces, and you add some thinly sliced onion, red onion, kind of toss that together. So you get a nice mixture going, and then add a little bit of flour, and I have just used whole wheat flour. The recipe calls for about I have a quarter cup for this 8 ounces of spinach. And then you add some water. And you kind of make a batter. I tend to not use as much flour. You can kind of vary this a little bit. And then with this, you just saute or you fry it quick in some olive oil. So you put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Sort of make a pancake. It's easier to do this almost one by one. At least it's easier for me. So you cook it for about 3 minutes aside. So let that go for about 3 minutes, and then it will brown on one side and wilt, and then you can turn it. So you can turn it and then fry the other side, and as you can see, the spinach really wilts, and you can kind of hold that. You can do those in batches. So with these, you can make them doughier by adding more flour and a little bit more water. I like to hold back on the doughy part of it just from, I want more vegetable than dough. And then with this, you serve it with a mixture of soy sauce and lemon juice. So you just combine your soy sauce with the lemon juice, and then sprinkle it with a little bit of toasted sesame. Now you can buy your sesame seeds pre-toasted like I have here, or you can just buy a container of sesame seed and toast them yourself. You can roast them like you do the nuts in the oven at a 350-degree oven, or you could put them in a skillet, in a dry skillet, and just kind of keep them moving in your pan. A lot of times at home I will just buy regular sesame seeds, toast them in the pan, and do a batch and save them for later so that I have them for other uses. So again, this could be an appetizer. I would make the pancakes a little bit smaller, but as a side, I'd make the pancakes a little bit bigger so that you have a nice side dish of spinach. So once the salmon is done, it comes to a light brown. You can see the lemons are a little caramelized, so it adds a little bit of sweetness to this. So you can take this, add this, serve this right there. And this is a little bit larger piece of salmon than I would probably recommend. The general portion size for salmon is 3 to 4 ounces, which is about the size of a deck of cards. So honestly, that would be a better portion size, I would say. A little bit closer to that 4-ounce portion. Then on this little section of the plate is where I would add your grain. And what I have for us today is a side dish that I found pre-made at the store. And honestly, all you do is heat this in the oven. It comes in a bag. You microwave it for 5 minutes, and it's done. It has a nice flavor. It's kind of a Tuscan Mediterranean flavor that pairs very well with the spinach and the salmon. So I would serve about a half a cup of that. Oftentimes what I use for my serving spoons is a measuring cup. So it sort of takes the guesswork out of how much a half a cup is. So using a measuring cup, you can just kind of spoon that into your measuring cup, serve that on your plate, and there you have a nice healthy meal. You've got a nice whole grain with the quinoa, has a little bit of brown rice, you have the spinach, and then you have the salmon. You can make the 2 fillets and serve 4 people, or you can have leftovers. So a lot of times I will cook for myself and my husband 1 fillet for dinner, and then the other fillet we divide for leftovers. And you could do a leftover bowl, or you could call it a power bowl. So what I like to do is I've used spinach a lot lately, so I'll throw some spinach in a bowl, and then I will add some of the leftover grain. And then add a piece of leftover salmon. So tomorrow I will either eat this cold, or the other thing I will do is just chunk up the salmon a little bit and throw it in the microwave just to kind of warm it up a bit. And I have my vegetable, my grain, and my salmon in a nice 1 meal container ready to go to work.